So throughout the century, technology has improved. Nowadays, we see technology everywhere. We use our phones on the train to pass the time. We watch Netflix at home to catch up on the latest episode of Game of Thrones. We hear music to, go through those sad heart breakups. However, one thing has stood out through the times has been computers. As it seems it's been short that we've used them, it's actually dated back since 80 BC. I would like to talk about the different types of computers, analog and digital, the history of the computers, and the evolution of them. The difference between analog and digital: analog does not use discrete values, it uses continuous values. And it was actually used for scientific and industrial applications when digital was insufficient. Once digital computers came about, analog computers were obsolete, and they used electric switches drove by mechanical relays to perform the calculations, so binary code, which is 1 and 0s. I want to first talk about the action mechanism, which was found in 1902 by the Greek island of Anthera by Valios Stelios. And it's actually the first analog computer made in 80 BC, and it showed astronomical positions and eclipses for the calendar. This next one, the sampan, was referenced in a 160 CE book from the Eastern Han Dynasty, and basically it was for math-related things, counting, dividing, multiplying, and basically it was just the bottom row was just in intervals of 1 and 10, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, etc. The top row is 5, 50, 500, 5,000, etc. And this horizontal line would meant that the bead would be counted. So if the bead was up, then it's counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counted, and then the top bead would be down. The first modern analog computer was the tide predicting machine. It was built in 1872 by Sir William Thomson, and it actually predicted flow tides and irregular variations of heights. The next one, the Astronaut Berry computer, it was built in 1937. It was the first digital computer, and it was designed only to solve linear equations, so 2x plus 3 equals y. The ENIAC, it was made in 1946 by J. Presper Eckert and John Malchi, and it was able to solve large class problems through reprogramming, and it was used for artillery ballistic stuff. This translator computer, it was made in 1964 by engineers by Bell Labs, and it replaced vacuum tubes, and it was actually really helpful because vacuum tubes made computers unreliable, really costly, really heavy, and all that such. It actually propelled computers to where it is now. The Apple II, it was made in 1977, and it was actually a key player in the advancement of computers because it had digital coloring, it had built-in computers, it had programs that had expansions of memory and all that such. The first portable computer, it was made in 1975. It was called the IBM 5100. It was nearly 50 pounds, and it's considered portable, but the first actual portable one was the Orgone 1. It actually paved way for laptops, and it was nearly $1,800 for 24 pounds. And it was it's less portable than they thought because, it lacked the external power for it to keep running. And the major thing about computers was Y2K, just what would happen between 1999 and 2000, just what would the computers do if that change would happen. And I actually had a wide-scale panic because of the end of the world, because they wouldn't know how the computers would switch, and if the computers actually didn't work, then banks would break, computers would break, technology just would be destroyed, and companies hired programmers to fix the problem. America spent $1.5 billion alone on it. In conclusion, computers have gone a long way from being a simple ruler to machines that help us with day-to-day tasks and work. You and I discovered the difference between computers, the difference between analog and digital, the history of computers from the solid pan to the Apple II, and the evolution vacuum tubes and all that such. Any questions?